Alright, so welcome to the demo ride portion for the Yamaha XSR 900. This is my first time ever on this bike. I've seen this bike quite often because Eric has an absolute love affair with this thing. I'm surprised he hasn't bought one already. It's a bike that he rode in the last demo ride where I rode the Niken, so if you guys want to see what he looks like on that, be sure to go check out that video, or maybe I'll throw a little screenshot of it right here. So, with these demo rides, I always say these are meant to communicate to you all kind of my thoughts and opinion on how the bike feels in terms of ergonomics, turning, accessibility for controls, power, all that stuff. So if you guys want those really nitty-gritty detailed tech specs, you can read as well as I can, I'm sure. So I'll be sure to drop a link down in the description below to where you guys can find all of those really detailed tech specs. Right off the bat, talking about ergonomics on this bike, like I said, it feels very, very comfortable. This seat really just kind of like hugs you in, which is really nice. Feels responsive. Same engine in the last bike, but the last bike being the Niken, and I can tell you just the acceleration on the two of them feels drastically different because it is such a different motorcycle, you know? Same power plant though. But man, this one feels really responsive. So coming to a stop, I am 5'10". How I set on the bike, I can single foot it, or like flat foot it on that side, but then the balls of my foot is on this side, so not quite flat footing it, just kind of on the balls of my feet more, but coming to a stop I'll probably like single foot it. The seat feels comfy, it's a little firm, but it really like kind of hugs you in because it does go up at the back. And then the seating position, I do feel like I'm leaning a little far forward, not like far, but I mean, if these bars were to be like a hair taller, like it'd probably be a little bit more comfortable, because I do feel like I am hunched over just a tiny bit, nothing terrible. I think after a long day of riding, you'd probably be feeling it like in your mid to upper, maybe lower back. So that's ergonomics. Looking at the controls, pretty standard stuff. You've got your flash, so it's like flash trigger, your, what do they call it, that, like your passing light. You've got your high beam, low beam, traction control selection, so if you press that you've got like mode 1 or 2, left and right signal, horn, on, off, starter, your mode button, and your hazards. Wow. The responsiveness of this bike feels great, really, really nice. The braking feels really good. I mean, it's a lighter weight bike, so the brakes don't have to work too hard to kind of stop all that weight, all that momentum. The display, man, it looks really, really good. Just this small, like, little gauge buttons here and here. So that's to do trip 1, odometer, time, your temperature, engine temp. So ambient temp, engine temp, miles per gallon. So let's go ahead and change the mode. They said to just let off throttle, and we can change that. So for pressing them, you've got A, B, standard. So let's do B, just so we can kind of feel the difference. Regarding mirrors, I do have wider shoulders, and I can actually see behind me with these mirrors, so that's always useful. A lot of people don't run mirrors on their bikes for some reason. I don't know why. Wow, there's a big difference in B mode. Yeah, that changes up the throttle response a lot. Much more tame, which is, I mean, good, I guess, if you're just chilling. Let's go to like standard mode. And back to A mode. Noticeable difference between the modes. Suspension feels good. Like, I mean, that bump on the, whenever I hit it on the Niken, felt a bit more stiff, which is interesting because you would think with, you know, what, 4 forks on the front, that it would be a little smoother, but yeah, it's actually felt pretty smooth. Yeah, with more of a structured test ride, unfortunately, we're not able to get a little more spirited in terms of acceleration, leaning, turning, all that good stuff. So we did what we can to kind of communicate to you guys what the bike feels like, but I could totally see, you know, having this bike, you know, doing a quick rip down like around Orlando, you know, yet you're definitely not getting away from any wind because there's just absolutely nowhere to hide, no windshield or anything like that. So probably, I would assume, has like the capability of like throwing maybe a windshield or something on the front. I'm not really sure. And there's nowhere to get away from the wind, so you know, wind's just all on your helmet going to your chest, and so you're going to be absorbing the majority of that, just taking the brunt of that. So probably, I would assume, you know, aim more at being like more of a local bike, but it's all about that determination. How much willpower do you have to, if you want to go like across the US? We're in Florida right now. Could I take this bike to California? Definitely. People have done it on Groms. Photogrammer went from California to Florida, coast to coast, on a you know, 125cc Honda. So yeah, I mean, it's all about if you have that willpower, the determination. I usually try to offer some kind of criticism about the bike. We're kind of coming close to the end of the demo ride here. Criticism about it would probably be the fact that, like, I'm leaning forward a bit, but it does make you feel like you're more like it's a sportier bike, and that's definitely what it's aimed at. So I wouldn't say it's even that much of a criticism. It's just how what the bike's aimed for, you know, for that feeling. You know, the lower your bars, you know, you go drags or whatever, like you're gonna feel more kind of like aggressive, tucked, you know, in tune with the bike or whatever. Yeah, that's probably my only criticism. I mean, the braking feels great. It feels very just nimble. You throw it around super easy. It feels very lightweight. The power, wow, like just so nice. Very responsive in A mode. And then, like I said, if you want to chill a bit more, throw it into B or into standard. But yeah, if you're wanting to ride a bit more spiritedly, A mode's where it's at. I didn't talk too much about the gauge, but the gauge is beautiful. Like, just, I mean, the sun is right behind me, shining right on the gauge, and I can see it just fine. Indicators like all around it, very bright. Fuel level at the bottom, TCS mode, miles per hour, RPMs around the outside. Very vibrant, even in direct sunlight. What do you guys think about this bike? Have you test ridden one? Do you own one? If you do, be sure to drop your thoughts and comments down below. If you guys don't own one and you're maybe thinking about getting one, why are you guys looking into this bike? Let me know. I think it is definitely a solid offering from Yamaha. Overall, I'm impressed. Like I said, I've never ridden this bike before, but having, you know, just ridden it for in the conditions that we did, like I said, pretty structured. Unfortunately, we couldn't really like get on it too heavy, but yeah, it feels like a great bike. I could totally see having one of these, owning one for, you know, maybe like some more local stuff. Biggest biggest praise, man, it feels hella just in touch, like responsive. Yeah, big thanks to Central Florida Power Sports and to Yamaha for putting on the demo event. Greatly appreciate it. You guys be sure to go check out the specs on this bike. Like I said, I'll be sure to link them down in the description below for you, and y'all be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of this bike, if you've got experience with it, if you're looking into it, if you own one and all that. You guys let me know what else you want to see on the market in terms of bikes and demo rides and stuff like that. What are y'all interested in? If you could post that up and share with me, it'd be very insightful and greatly appreciated. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed already, hit subscribe. Also hit that bell icon while you're over there so it sends you notifications of future uploads and activity. Until next time, you guys ride safe out there. Stay vigilant.